Hello everybody, and welcome to the fourth recap episode for my Hardcore WoW Classic Challenge. Full rules will be in the description below for the challenge if you're unfamiliar, but if you are unfamiliar with the challenge, I'd go back and watch all the three previous recap videos first. They will give you a quick review of what's gone on so far, because we're 32 episodes in, and each episode about an hour, but the recap episodes, what they do is they recap the last 8 episodes. So every 8 episodes there's a recap, and so this is the fourth one. So if you're not up to date and you want to be, go ahead and go watch those first. There'll be a playlist on my channel. But if you're ready to get this recap started, let's get started here. I'm doing the recap a little bit differently than the previous 3. Didn't have time to do a full editing of all the different highlights and clips. So it's gonna be more of I'm just gonna go through each character, go over their talents, maybe just touch on what happened, and for certain really high impact things that happened, I might show a little bit of a clip, but I'm not gonna be showing fully edited kind of highlights for every single character. But so it's gonna be slightly different today. Let me know if you think it's you really big drop in quality, if you really miss the having all the highlights, or if you prefer it this way, just being a bit more me just talking, because I voice over the other stuff in the other recap videos. I'm doing a voiceover there. Here I'm just going to be talking as I go through each character. I'm going to cut between loading screens and stuff, but that's how we're going to do it today. So let me know what you think, if you think the recap is better this way or better the other way or some other different thing. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, but let's get started. So today we'll start with Danos. Okay, so Danos quested in Loch Modan this cycle. He ran up here and did a bunch of quests up here. He's got a bunch of quests ready to hand in at the start of next episode, and other than that, nothing really happened. Did a little mining here. Haven't done much engineering since the last episode. Really haven't had felt like there was enough resources to really make any kind of significant progress. We're really waiting on like coarse stone and stuff like that, so I haven't really made any progress in engineering per se. In terms of gear, we've got still our ruined copper pants. We got a new shield from a quest up here, and we got a new chest piece from someone else. I think found this and I sent it to this guy, so stamina on the chest piece here. But that's really it for gear. For talents, I'm going full into the parry chance here to start. I'm not sure 100% what I'm going to do after this, but I know parry is just excellent to have, just very good. So definitely going here. Going forward, I might go, I might just go into defense or something like that, or work my way towards something like that. Not sure. I think I'll probably stick in arms. Tactical mastery is really nice to have, no matter what we're doing. So that'll likely be the next 5 that go into this talent point or talent tree. But that's pretty much it for Danos. Yeah, nothing really notable happened on the episode. No close calls or anything like that. We went into this mine here relatively early on to get this shield, and that was a little sketchy at times, but not a big deal. And Loch Modan, like very easy place compared to Westfall, which we'll get to a little bit later. But that's pretty much it for Danos this week. Okay, now we got Padme, our paladin character. They're in Ironforge now. They ended the episode in Loch Modan, but I flew to Ironforge to do a little bit more blacksmithing and other profession stuff. And Padme also quested in Loch Modan this week. Got a little like farther along, I think, in some of the quests, but pretty much the same idea. We got these couple blacksmithing quests that's what I kind of did in between episodes. I got these all finished up, so I got 6 copper belts and 6 axes all ready to go for this quest. Just got to hand it in Loch Modan now. Our blacksmithing level is 81, and this thick war axe is something I might want to work towards for this particular character. Requires 2 silver bars, which we only have 1 right now. We found it in a chest, but we might find another before this is irrelevant, but maybe not. We'll have to see how that goes. But other than that, really nothing else kind of in blacksmithing front right now. At least that is feasible for me, because these weak fluxes and stuff like that, they do cost a lot of silver. So this person is pretty low on cash right now after making all these axes and stuff. And while I'm not going to really make my money back from this quest, it'll give us some XP, and it's a fun thing to do, so that's why I did that. Our mining 72, we got a little bit of tin on this character, but really haven't got deep into tin or core stone or anything on any of my miners yet. In terms of talents, I started going into Retribution, got this Blessing of Might, because the main thing I'm going into this tree for is the parry chance, because parry is very good. If I didn't mention in the previous section on Danos, but the reason I really like parry on melee classes, of course, is it doesn't not only just deflect all damage from an attack, it also resets your melee attack, so you get an additional attack in, kind of, depending on how far away you were from attacking to begin with. So it just increases DPS and defensive survivability, so it's just really nice. And the other thing I'm working towards is Pursuit of Justice. Not only is this just going to help me move faster throughout the world, which is nice just for quality of life, but also running away from things is very useful. Having that just 8% extra movement speed just helps you be able to get away when maybe you wouldn't have been able to otherwise. So definitely going for those. And then after that, I'm really open to going into lots of different talent trees. I think I'm going to go for the Spiritual Focus, I think. Giving very little pushback on healing spells, I think would be really helpful for saving our life later on, and maybe kind of go towards the Healing Light as well and Consecration, and then not really much else in this tree, and then maybe even go into Protection a little bit, get Blessing of Kings, get Redoubt, get Shield Specialization, that kind of stuff, like kind of work our way down the Protection tree, just because, you know, it has some good defensive talents in here. But that's pretty much it for Padme. Didn't have any close calls on Padme either this week, I don't believe. So yeah, we won't do any highlights for Padme here. Okay, now we have Florana, our hunter, a character who had a very nice week because we got Florana level 12 and did our hunter quests, and I got our first hunter pet, this owl here, which I have not settled a name for yet. I decided to go for an owl just because I have just switching it up. I know there's probably this isn't the optimal choice, but I'm not looking anything up, so I'm not allowed to look up what the optimal choice is, and I just had never really had an owl pet before, so I thought I'd go with that. But I'm definitely willing to switch that up a little bit. This character, of course, did plenty of cooking in the interim. In fact, I'm actually maxed out on cooking, and I just don't really have the money to get the next rank of cooking right now. And they are also herbalist skinner, and really haven't had much skinning opportunity. They're probably going to drop skinning for mining, keep herbalism and mining, and I'm just going to have a button that I'm going to click to as I'm running around to quickly switch between the two. I think that's what I'm going to do here, because I don't think I need an extra skinner. I think one skinner will do on the leatherworker character there. In terms of gear, we got these primal leggings of the eagle, and actually in the mail I should have from another character. Yes, I found some boots on my priest, which I think are going to be perfect for this character. Agility and intellect, kind of perfect thing for a hunter. So we got those as well now, which is great. Don't have any bow or weapon upgrades or anything like that. So other than that, not much to report there. In terms of talent points, we're just going to go pretty much full send into Beast Mastery. There really isn't anything in any other tree that I mean, like parry, like is also good, but really we're planning to not ever be in melee combat. Like survival actually has some pretty cool talents and stuff, but I think I'm just gonna go full send into Beast Mastery, and you know, just make our pet as good as possible, and then we just keep our distance from the enemies, let our pet handle as much as possible. It's the best way for us to survive. So that's what I'm probably gonna do. It's a little boring, but it is what it is. And I think that's it for Florana. They had some fun things happen, but it was very slow moving around Teldrassil, as Teldrassil is. Yeah, I mean, was a really slow episode, other than, you know, the hunter quests, which were actually went by pretty quick. It was pretty fast to do those hunter quests, but it did take a lot of running back and forth, so didn't have any risky times during the episode, I don't think. Yeah, was a fine episode. Alright, we'll move on. Okay, Hamical, our mage character, had also a similar week to the warrior. They also leveled and Knockmadan. Really didn't have any issues or anything like that. We did a little bit of tailoring in between episodes and got these leg pieces on all my caster characters, and as well, and this barbarian vest I got for my warlock, because that stamina and spirit is really nice for the warlock. Other than that, though, they did a little bit of mining here and there, a little bit of tailoring, but nothing crazy. In terms of gear, I don't think we did get the wand on this character finally, the last caster to get it. We did get there with it. Other than that, we got our mage. Was it last episode we got our mage? I think last episode we did get our mage from there's a quest near Nomargon. to get this staff here, so we did that. And this is a nice little staff, little upgrade there. Other than that, though, nothing really on the gear front. In terms of talents, we are just full ascending into Frost, pretty much. There is a fire build I know of, like, I remember, like, stunning and stuff like that. It's all good and everything, but I think Frost is the safest way to go. Got our resist down on all our spells right now, because we're still kind of using fireballs right now, but as we get deeper into the Frost tree, we're going to phase out using fire bolts and really just focus on Frost spells. I'm thinking about really going into these talent points, like caring less about the damage and like the critting, like this one cares about critical strikes and stuff, and a lot of them do. I think I'm gonna go full into this, like giving my chill effects chances to freeze and increasing the duration and the slow speed of my chill effects and stuff like that, and really just go full in for the controlling aspect of Frost. That's the plan on this character. I think it's the safest thing to do. It's going to be a little boring, but kind of similar to the Hunter. It's kind of like stock standard, not really doing anything crazy like the Paladin or something like that, where I'm kind of maybe going into all 3 trees at some point. I think this one's just going to be mainly Frost, and then eventually probably going to Arcane just for arcane concentration and maybe wand specialization as well. It's not bad actually, just to have that ability to do a little extra damage to your wands. But for the most part, we're gonna be full setting into Frost. And I think that's it for Hamical this week. He also didn't have any major hiccups or any close calls. Although there was, I can't remember which character it was, did get caught in this mine. It might have been this character. They got caught, yeah, I think it was this character. They got caught in the mine kind of deeper than I wanted them to be, and it was a little hairy, but didn't actually have any close calls. Just kind of could have gone bad, but it didn't. It was all good. And that's it for Hamical. Okay, now we have Rhoda, our rogue, who is really a whole episode behind because they pretty much started an episode late because my first rogue died at level 6, unfortunately. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch that. It was a pretty hilariously bad death. But they also had an incredibly close call this week. I might put that on the screen right now. I was going into doing the rogue quest to get a nice dagger, which I'll show you in a second here. But I just completely lost focus of the pat that was pulling around. I thought I was totally fine, and then I pulled like 6 guys or how much it is, and ran away, and just barely got out of there. 1% health. I think it's very low health, and my bag of marbles on the guy that was attacking me at the very last second, that miss might have been because of that. So that last miss before I died would have killed me, I think, if I hadn't done that. So that was pretty hairy, but we got out of there and got a nice rogue weapon, which I'll show you right now. We got this Blade of Cunning, 2 agility, high damage dagger. Could be really nice for us. We got the Footman's Tunic from killing Hogger. We did kill Hogger on this character. I saw I was a level 11 rogue looking at Hogger thinking, can I do this? And I saw a level 12 warrior take him down. I thought if a level 12 warrior can take him down, I think a level 11 rogue with cooldowns like evasion and sprint can definitely safely at least attempt this. And I did it, and I was totally fine. So I got this nice tunic from him, but other than that, and really no other special gear or anything like that. Just got our copper dagger from Padme and our Blade of Cunning from the quest. In terms of professions, we're deepish into leatherworking, just a little, doing okay. We're kind of a little low on leather, and actually thinking about it now again, I'm actually kind of always low on leather. Other professions also need leather, so I probably should keep my hunter as a skinner. I think I'll be fine as the amount of miners that I have, and skinning actually might need a little boost there. So probably keep my hunter as skinning. Just haven't had many skinning opportunities in Teldrassil as much as I thought I would. A lot of the beasts are like owls and spiders, and those can't actually be skinned, and so you're actually pretty limited in your skinning opportunities, and there's very few quests that even ask you to kill things that are skinnable. So the skinning has been few and far between on the hunter, but on this character it's been going quite well. In fact, yeah, our skinning is 75 out of 75 on this character. Lots of skinning to do in Elwyn. I even found out that if you skin sheep, the critters, you have a chance to get wool cloth, which is awesome. So I've been skinning every critter I see, and killing and skinning every critter I see. and that's been going quite well. But other than that, yeah, this character has been really fun to play, and mainly because I decided to go into the subtlety tree to start. At least I'm gonna get 5 into this opportunity talent, which is increasing our backstab, garrote, or ambush abilities by a significant amount. And I've decided to forego my normal combat route for this route, at least to start. I might just get these 5 and then think about it and maybe even go back into combat or something like that. But I really like opportunity because my general play pattern is take on one guy and open with backstab and then gouge backstab for the rest of the fight. Pretty much there's a cadence of gouging, waiting till the gouge is almost over, and backstabbing, and that pretty much takes your whole energy. And by the time that you've done that, your gouge is almost back up when you get to full energy, and then you gouge and do it again. And it's just a nice way. It's pretty much damage neutral with Sinister Strike, without any talent points. And with these talent points making, I think, a damage positive, as far as I understand, doing some rough math on that. And it also helps you take less damage because the target is gouged like half the time. And so after getting this, I might go into combat and increase the effect duration of our gouge by 1.5 seconds. Just give us even more time to get energy back and get a backstab off. So might do that after this, and then maybe get dodge, because dodge is always good, of course. And then maybe just go deeper and deeper into combat. Maybe this is just, I might just be daggering it up, but actually go back into combat. We'll see. But that's Rhoda's talents, that's Rhoda's professions, and gear. Yeah, so that's it for Rhoda. Other than that really close call, had a really nice week with Rhoda. Killed Hog and all that stuff. That was great. Okay, now we have Hallow, our priest here. They had a really nice week. We got really close to level 14. I tried to push it to 14, but didn't actually quite have the gas to get over 14, which is a little unfortunate. But that's okay. Just didn't have time in the episode to really get there. We did a lot of quests. We did all the quests in this Stone Splinter Valley that we could do, and as well, like, we did everything that all the other characters did up here as well, and all these all in one episode. We really were zooming through. Our wands really carried us and just felt really strong throughout the episode. We actually did pick up Disciple Robe of the Owl from another character, sent it over to this character because intellect and spirit is best on the priest, I think. And then we got our hand-stitched linen breeches from our mage as well, and our lesser magic wand, of course. Other than that, no other real gear notables there. Professions, this character have really been lax in the professions. They technically have engineering, but I've really made very little use of it. Just been using them as a minor to supplement my other characters that need ore. That's pretty much what this character's been doing in professions, really. Eventually I'll probably bump up their engineering a little bit, but for now it just hasn't been a priority for me, as this character has felt super survivable without going deep in engineering. And so yeah, in terms of talents, we are just going straight for wands, getting this up 25%, definitely really nice. Our wand range DPS is 13.6, which is pretty much on par with our smite, so that pretty much makes it so we don't need to waste that mana for smiting. And you can see that the base wand DPS is 11.3, and these talents bring it up to 13.6, so a pretty big increase, pretty substantial increase. And where that's going to even go up another one after we get this point in here. After that, though, I'm thinking about probably just going to Spirit Tap here, and then maybe even Blackout, might go deeper into Shadow, kind of work towards Shadow form, and you know, Vampiric Embrace and stuff like that. You know, I've never really done much Shadow. Whenever I've leveled the Priest, I've always been kind of this and done dungeons a lot and leveled with friends and been more of a healer. I've never actually really gone deep into Shadow on Classic, so I think it'll be fun to do. Eventually I'll probably respec as soon as I have enough talent points to reach Shadow form and get there that way, and just forego the wand specialization and just go straight spells for the most part. That'll probably happen, but that's a long way down the road. But for now, the plan is to finish up wand specialization and then move over to Spirit Tap here for the sustain that it gives. Not just in between fights, but during fights too. You kill one of the people that's attacking you if you're attacking 2 or 3, and your mana starts regenerating way faster for the rest of the fight, essentially, as you kill people. It's really nice talent. Excellent talent if you're solo leveling. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Hallow. Really successful week. Had lots of fun playing Hallow, and excited for next one. Alright, now we have Oakshiz, our druid character. They had an awesome week, had really fun playing them. Bear form really showed its class in this episode. We really just crushed the enemies with our bear form. Really, we were never in any danger, took on tons of enemies. did some kind of quests maybe at an under-leveled rate, and we've pretty much finished up with Teldrassil now, which is nice. We're pretty much out of here. We just need to go back to Darnassus and then probably head to Darkshore next episode. But then it was really fun, really reminded me why I like Druid so much. Druid's one of my most played classes ever in all of WoW's history, and I definitely remember why now. I love Druid so much, and so having a good time with Druid. Obviously, Druids are alchemists, and we've been making and sending tons of potions to our other characters. Got nice high alchemy level. Incredibly low on cash, though. Well, actually, not as low as I remember. Maybe I sent some money to this guy because he was just absolutely broke. But yeah, he's been low on cash for most of the time. But sending these potions, sending these elixirs to our other characters has been really helpful. I think it really does move the needle quite a lot. Although it does cost a lot of money to mail things back and forth, that money will become less percentage of our income as it goes on because it doesn't scale with level. So it's going to be less and less of a problem as things go on. It's already becoming not really an issue anymore. In terms of talents, we took one talent into Nature's Grasp so far, and then went straight into Feral. We're probably just going to go straight Feral up to Feline Swiftness. And then after that, we might, go nature, improve Mark of the Wild, or maybe even Fur, and then get to Nature's Focus for the same reason as the Paladin. When you need to heal in a bad situation, having less pushback on that heal is very, very good. So that is something I'm thinking about there. Or going into Balance more, getting the rest of these improved Nature's Grasp, make it a little bit stronger, getting natural weapons, just increasing our flat damage across all our forms. By up to 10%, and then getting Omen of Clarity, which is an excellent Druid ability. So I'm thinking this character also might be similar to the Paladin, like getting a little deep into each tree for the little things that I want in each tree. Because although the final parts of the Feral tree are really excellent, they are pretty far away, and the middle tree is good. The middle of the tree is good. It is. But I don't think it's essential for survivability. It helps you deal more damage and kill things a little faster. But in a one-on-one situation, I'm never gonna have issues as a Druid. It's this problems that you have as a Druid are when you accidentally pull way more guys in a cave or something like that than you expected to, and you need ways to get out. And having Nature's Grasp, well, that doesn't work in a cave, but that kind of thing, and having this Nature's Focus, having more armor and stamina from Mark of the Wild, that kind of stuff, I think that will move the needle enough for me. So I'm thinking about going into other talent trees on this guy for sure. In terms of gear, I don't think we got anything especially good this week on this character. Yeah, we just still have the embossed leather vest from our rogue character. Other than that, we've been pretty low on the gear, but Druids are less gear dependent than other classes. Don't need a good weapon or anything like that, so that's nice. Don't need to worry too much about the Druid class here. But yeah, next episode for the Druid is just going to be going straight to Darkshore and leveling up there, which is going to be really fun. I really like Darkshore a lot, and I'm really enjoying the Druid episodes. Druid, actually, the second last Druid episode, it was like my most watched episode for some reason. So obviously maybe some of you guys really like Druid as well, and don't blame me, Druids are really awesome. So keep on lookout for more Druid episodes later on in the week. And that's it for Roaches. And finally here we have Janetti, our Warlock, and they are the only character I went to Westfall with, and end up being a little shaky at times. Which is, definitely made me feel better about deciding to not go to Westfall with any other character, because the Warlock was the safest person I could think of to take to Westfall, and I wanted to switch things up a little bit. So I went to Westfall right at level 12 with this character, and yeah, it was a little shaky. Mainly it was shaky because in that episode I had many disconnects. Little mini disconnects for about 5 seconds. I was able to get back in quickly and relog quickly. But definitely was not great. A little stressful, but we made it through all the disconnects, no problem. Some of them happened at some pretty inopportune times, but our Void Walker and just our ability to survive held us strong, so that was nice. They are the only character in this cycle to get to level 14, which is awesome. So we finished up the first set of talents in Improved Corruption, and now after that we're probably just going to go straight into Demonology all the way to Soul Link. It's just super good for leveling. And there's so many stamina talents and Void Walker talents and stuff like that. I think it's going to really improve our survivability overall. So I'm going to try out Demonology. I've never really done it before, but full disclosure, before I even started this challenge, I had just read an article about demonology and hardcore, and so before I even decided to do this challenge, I did do a tiny bit of research before on this character before, but I don't remember any of it, and I'm not going to look up. I don't remember all of it, and I'm not going to look up anything else. I remember just it went into this tree, so I'm going to try it out. And because I always do affliction, that's all I ever do, so try out something new with demonology. In terms of gear, I got myself, of course, the barbarian linen vest from Hamical, the hand-stitched linen breeches from Hamical, but that's really it. Nothing else really of note other than the wand, of course. And in terms of mining, did a little bit of mining, pretty low on mining on this character, and enchanting, really just gonna not really enchant much until disenchanting things gives me levels. You know, I might do a little push to get to the greater magic wand. I forget when that is, but I'll have to look that up, or not look that up. Go check with the trainer. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Jenny this week. Really, pretty safe overall. Other than the disconnects, felt pretty good. Except for some of the mobs are immune to my Voidwalker's taunt, which I didn't remember until it happened to me. So that was not ideal, but it was okay. But that's pretty much it for Genetti this week. And that's it for the recap this week, guys, or this cycle through. It's 8 days, so it kind of feels like a week, but it's not actually a week. But that's it for this time. Let me know what you think about this new kind of way I've done it this time, where I just kind of talk about what happened, kind of in like a situation, that kind of thing. Just kind of talk about, maybe have 1 or 2 highlights for really big events instead of trying to edit highlights for every little thing that happened, which are kind of not really notable. I did it this way this time because I just didn't have the time to do a full editing this week for this episode, so just had to do it this way this time. But let me know if you like it better this way, or if you want some kind of happy medium between these two directions. Let me know what you think. I think this episode's going to be a little bit longer than my other ones, so that might be something that I talked a little too much for each character. That's possible. But yeah, let me know what you think about this way to do it. And of course, if you like the challenge and you like this episode, you like the recaps and stuff like that, please like the video. If you have any feedback, like I just mentioned, please leave a comment. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with all the recaps and all the other episodes and keep track of your favorite characters, please subscribe. I'm going to have playlists. I'm going to start making playlists for all the different classes as well. If you only want to watch the Warlock, or only want to watch the Druid, or stuff like that, I'll have playlists for those ready to go as well, so you can keep an eye on it that way. But that's it from me for this recap. Thank you so much for watching. I've really been amazed at the amount of views I've gotten, and I've gotten actually subscribers and stuff, which is just not something I really expected. I expected this to just be a personal project that I'm publishing on YouTube just to keep me honest with it. But it's actually, gaining some traction, which I just didn't expect, and I really appreciate anyone who's actually watching every single video and kind of it's that kind of thing. It really makes me happy that anyone's getting any kind of enjoyment out of this. So really appreciate any and all support that you guys are giving me. I really hope you're enjoying the content, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Warrior episode as well. That's what's coming out tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys then. Bye bye.